Hey guys, welcome back to our channel 6 Miles to Go. In this video, I am going to open my first box of curriculum that came in from The Good and Beautiful and show you what we are using this year. I can't wait to open this box with you guys. I decided to use The Good and Beautiful because I felt like after this virtual schooling year, me and the kids just needed a change from strict textbooks. For my 4th grader, she's had a really tough year, and I like the fact that with The Good and Beautiful, it's simple and it's colorful. So let's open the box and see what we have here. I just love getting things in the mail. I don't know why, I think that's why I have this obsession with Amazon and ordering stuff, because just open the box and see what you got. Even when you know what it is, it's just, I don't know, it feels like opening a present. Alright, here it is. I got the box open. I just have to take off all this bubble wrap. They really wanted to make sure that this was intact when it made it to us, because this is wrapped. It looks like at least 2 times with bubble wrap. So let's remove the bubble wrap. Layer number 1. I was right, there are 2 layers. Oh, the first thing on top is the handwriting level K. This is for Layla. Layla will be in kindergarten, and she does pretty good with her handwriting. She can write most of her letters. She still struggles with some. Looking at this, I have some things like that where it has them copy designs in the box. I really like that because I think that's going to help her kind of refine her handwriting skills. That's not something that we had done this year. There's lots of drawing in here, which is nice, like a little flower, and it says copy the design in the blank boxes. And then on this page they have a horse for them to trace. So it isn't just plain writing. Let's see, draw 3 fish of different colors. It looks like they have a lot of different things in here, which I think will be good for her. And then looking forward, there's towards the end of the book, sight words and sentences that they write, which is perfect for where she's at. So this looks good. And I like the fact that this book is really small, because I've already started thinking about how are we going to organize our schoolroom, because I've ordered all our curriculum at this point. I'm where are we going to put all this stuff at? So I appreciate that this is really small, because I think it would be easy to organize. Actually, all the books are fairly small. I think it would be easier to organize them, being smaller than having huge books that we have to find somewhere to put them, and we don't have a lot of space. So that was the handwriting level K book for Layla, my kindergartner. One is the language arts, and I went with the level 2 language arts course for both Naomi and London. So London is going to be in the 3rd grade. Naomi's going to be in the 5th grade. And Naomi at this point is behind, because she's just the type of learner where she needs me to sit next to her and go over things a little more thoroughly, which is fine. But that's hard to get in a school environment. So that's another reason why we decided to homeschool, because I felt like she needed more one-on-one attention to get her up to where she needs to be. And she's a smart kid. She picks up fast. I know once we get into this and she starts getting some of those basic concepts, she'll just fly through it. And the cool thing about homeschooling is you don't have to just be restricted to, okay, this is the level you're on for this entire year. Once she masters the skills, she can just keep moving up. So I'm hoping by the end of the year she's at least done 2 levels, because like I said, I think she'll just speed through them once she kind of gets those foundational steps. And then London, my 3rd grader, she is ahead, especially with reading. She's almost at the 4th grade level in reading, and she's in the 2nd grade. What ended up happening is, since Naomi is slightly behind and London slightly ahead, when I did the evaluation on the Good and Beautiful website, they ended up being right around the same level. So I thought this would be a good starting point, especially coming from virtual schooling where there's been some frustrations this year. I really just want to start them on something where it starts our school off at a positive note. I'd rather have to buy a level up, a month or 2 into it, than have to go a level down and then be frustrated with trying to learn what I'm trying to teach them. So I'm going to open this up and share with you guys what's in here. Some readers in here. This is level 2 personal reader. And I have not looked at this, like I just opened it with you guys, so I'm going to have to look into this more because they have level 2 personal reader and then level 2 shared reader. And I'm not sure what the difference is between these two. But I'm looking at it to try to figure out. Yeah, looking at it, I'm not sure. But these are the two that came in here. So this is the Language Arts Literature, I don't know why I said that so weird. Language Arts and Literature Level 2 course book. And I'm just going to peek through here just to see. I've been wanting to and I know they have this online. You can download it and print it yourself. Looking at how thick this is, I'm really glad that I just had them print it and send it to me. It's not that much, so it isn't that big of it isn't that big of an investment. I can't talk today. To just have them printed off, and it's bound up, which is kind of nice. So they kind of have an overview here. It tells you all the items that's needed, which is really nice. Gives you a lot of information, so I will be over the summer kind of going through this. And then some sight words in here. These seem fairly simple, but like I said, for Naomi, I think this would be a good review for her, because I just really feel like since last spring when the kids went virtual, there are just some foundational things that I would really like her to have seam in it that I feel like she's still struggling with. And so that's why I'm kind of taking a few steps back to go through that, so that I feel like just progressing forward, that will make things easier for her if she really has some of these things down. So yeah, looking on here, I do think this is going to be fairly easy for Naomi, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that giving her the opportunity to re-go over some of these things that maybe she missed last year and this year will be good. And like I said, I'm not opposed to then moving her up a level if I really feel like she needs to be challenged. That's what I love about homeschooling, you guys. And I love that being a homeschool kid. What I like it being a homeschool mom is you aren't restricted to that grade level. You can work however you want to. If you feel like you want to be challenged more, you can move into a different curriculum or a different grade level, or even if you feel like you want to learn something specific, you have the freedom to kind of branch off that you don't have in school. I'm looking through here, and it's cool. They have some geography included in this spelling, language arts. I think it is language arts, and spelling is, literature, which is nice too. I like that. What is this? These are phonics cards. Says this pack includes all 164 phonics cards for levels K through 2. However, children in the level K course only need to learn cards 1 through 58. I believe, yeah, these are you can download them on the website and print them yourself. It's kind of nice because this is a thicker material. It's thicker than cardstock, and then it has a nice perforation, so you can just rip it. So like I said, I think it's worth the investment just to have them printed off versus downloading the free PDF and printing it off yourself. But if you're okay with that, I would say, that's a good deal. Or this is London's handwriting. I'm sorry. I said Naomi's and I meant London. So we're going to be starting cursive this year with London because she'll be in the 3rd grade, and that's something they don't really emphasize in public school, I realized. And I'm like, yeah, we're learning cursive. I think cursive is important so they can sign their name and write formal letters. So, and also in this one, it looks like they have drawing elements, and let's see if I can find, yeah. So if you look at here, they do have where they trace or practice writing the cursive words, but then at the bottom, there's that drawing section. So it isn't, so I said this, I really felt good about this curriculum because it isn't so rigid. And it was perfect for what we need right now. And I like the fact that it does have, and my girls like to draw, so I know they'll love this. But it does have, you know, learning, but then it has an element of fun where they can, you know, draw, so their brains aren't constantly being, you know, crammed with information, which I really feel like is happening to them this year, and it's just too much. And yeah, I'm just excited to kind of have this more laid back approach. So that was handwriting level 4, which is London's. And so yeah, it goes over cursive writing and a little bit of grammar. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. Write the sentence in your best handwriting. You may write or print, you may write in print or cursive, sorry. So that's this one. So the level 4 is print and cursive. I chose that because I felt like London can still, you know, use some refinement on her print to make sure she's writing neatly, but then she also does need to move on to cursive since she is in the 3rd grade. This one's Naomi's. Hers is the level 5 handwriting. So let's take a peek, and hers is all cursive. And so it looks like, yeah, so they have a lot of cursive letters in here, and then they have the sentences and then the drawing component as well with each of these. And I have to do a refresher. I haven't, you know, obviously done my lesson plans or anything like that. But I believe you do one of these per day, which I feel like is perfect. You know, it's not too much. It's not too little. They do have some like paragraphs like that. This is something we haven't worked on this year. So since through school, Naomi, like for the first maybe 3 months, had cursive, and then they kind of like just dropped it. And I didn't like that because I think, you know, handwriting is important and learning cursive is important. So we've been doing that on our own, and she's been doing more just single words and simple sentences. So I like the fact that this one has her writing paragraphs because that's something that we haven't done yet, but that she definitely needs to work on. And yeah, these are such like nice workbooks. Honestly, I wish this curriculum was around when I was a kid. And then for science, we're doing family units. I love family units. That's something we did this past year with virtual schooling, and I really like the fact that we could come together in the afternoon and learn together. And so I was really excited to see that science, through the Good and Beautiful, was their family units. You can do it for K through 8, which is really fantastic. And so they suggest you start with kingdoms and classifications. So that's the first one I got, and we'll open up this one and take a look. The next unit we'll do is marine biology. That was the free one, so I just downloaded that. Why not? And then the girls picked the last one that they wanted to do, which is going to be birds. And I figured that's perfect because it'd be springtime and it'd be the perfect time to go bird watching. So those are the science units we're doing this year. Peel this open and take a little peek. Now these are all loose leaf papers, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to organize this in a way that it won't end up everywhere. So if you have any tips, if you use the Good and Beautiful and you have a great way to organize, I know I've seen a ton of YouTube videos about it. I just haven't watched any yet because we aren't at that point quite yet. I'd love it if you would share it with me in the comments. But looking through here, it's really organized. It gives you an overview. It gives you the supplies that are needed. It breaks down each lesson. It gives you optional, I don't know why I can't talk this evening, you guys, optional read aloud storybooks. There's vocabulary in here. It's very colorful. I mean, guys, like I didn't want to pull these out because I was afraid like they would get all lost, but I gotta show you this because it's really, and like I said, I'm a former homeschool kid, you know, so I've been through curriculums, and this one is like, this makes you happy to learn, you know. I would like it if this was bound. That would be cool. That's my only complaint, is that it would be nice if it was bound. So it's just nice that these lessons are shorter. Oh, and then they even give you like videos that you can look up on YouTube. And they have activities in here. They have a microscope activity for this one. Activity Lego cells. There's science journaling. Lots of activity sheets. So yeah, guys, this looks really good. So that is the Kingdoms and Classification K-8 Science Unit Study, and that's the one they suggest that you start with. It kind of makes you question your competency when you're having a hard time opening the homeschool curriculum. Like, and I'm supposed to teach my kids, and I can't even open the curriculum. There we go. All right. Throw that over there. Level K Primer. Yeah, so there's a Level K, I believe, and there's a Level K Primer. We got the Level K Primer because Layla, this is her like first time with the Good and Beautiful. And so that was what was recommended. This cover is so cute. Look at the little baby kangaroo. Aw. Alright, sorry. I got distracted by the kangaroo. So let's flip through here, shall we? So once again, it gives you a little overview. And then it gets right into the lessons. Let's see how lesson, and I like how they have like little boxes at the top to like, so you can check off when it's completed. That's really nice. Oh, I think I skipped lesson 1. It was that short. Okay, yeah, so literally 1 page, you guys, front and back. So that's super nice. It is going over vowels and consonants. We talked about that a little bit, but not a whole lot. And these are the beginning lessons. And some beginning reading, looks like. So some of these things are things that she's done. Honestly, looking at a lot of this stuff, I think it may be a little easy for them in the beginning, but what we're going to do is we're just going to keep working through. So if they feel like it's easy to do 1 lesson, then we may do like 5 lessons. And so then once they finish these books, then we'll just bump up to the next level. But like I said, it's hard when you're moving into a new curriculum, especially when you go from public school to homeschooling, because it's just like a whole different ball game almost. And this does have some like reading in it, which we're working on, but you know, I think this will kind of reinforce it. And like a lot of activities in here, a lot of drawing, which is good. Yeah, so there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of lessons in here. Let's take a look. So there are 34 lessons, so yeah, that's about a year if you're doing 1 lesson, but I'm thinking someday she'll probably want to do more than 1 lesson. She gets in these moods where she like wants to do a lot of learning, and in these moods where she's just not interested. So I'm sure there will be days we'll get through some more of that. But yeah, very colorful, very simple, but I think, you know, it's to the point. They're learning, and I don't think learning needs to be like super long and complicated. All right, this is my first reading book, so it does come with this little reading book, and it has a cute little fox. You guys, these are like the cutest little animals. All right, so really, really easy reader. I know back in the day my mom used the Bob's books with my little sisters, and I was thinking about getting a set of those with Layla, but these are kind of like similar. This is called I Dig, and it's like I dig, I sit. So super easy. It looks like there are, I'm counting this fast, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little readers in here for her to read, and they get progressively harder. And it's nice that they're all bound in one book so that you aren't trying to keep track of like a box set. I know like the Bob's books, and a lot of those earlier readers come in those like box sets, and they're bulky, and you have to make sure that, you know, the kids aren't taking them out and reading them and not putting them back, and then you lose them, you know. So it is nice that this is in just one book. So that's one book that you have to keep track of. And like I said, I appreciate that they're small because we don't have a lot of storage space. So that is the curriculum that we are doing from the good and the beautiful, and we are doing math, but math isn't going to be released until the beginning of August, which I was kind of bummed about because I wanted to, I'm like a pre-planner. If you watch my channel, you already know this. I like to be like way ahead of the game, and so I want to work on my lesson plans this summer, so I have those set. But unfortunately for math, since it won't be available until the beginning of August, and that's when I'm thinking about starting school with the girls, I just, I was a little bummed about that. But we will be doing the math through the good and beautiful, or the good and the beautiful as well. So we're doing science, language arts, handwriting, and math through the good and the beautiful. My next box of curriculum will be here tomorrow, and I'm so excited. I'm going to show you guys those items as well. Honestly, off the top of my head, I can't even remember all of it. I think it is history that is coming in next. So guys, that is it. Have you started buying your curriculum for 2021-2022? I know it's super early. I like to be prepared. I was excited to start this journey, and I just want to make sure everything's set for when we begin our, officially begin our homeschooling journey. If you have bought your curriculum, I would love it if you would share in the comments what you're using. I am thinking that this may be more than a 1-year commitment, so most likely we will be homeschooling the following year, and I always love reading about curriculums that people use to give me ideas on what we could use in the future. I hope you are enjoying your day, and as always, enjoy the road of life.